Born and bred in a strict Muslim society, I someday overheard a friend say he had once overheard her talk about her life's reality. For at least 15 years, baby girl had never been in public without her hijab. I gotta confess, truth is, while still in her hijab, she still managed to drive my sober mind crazy. 2017 was the year, yet I still remember everything like it was yesterday. It's crazy. The Explo team had her convinced Jesus was more than just a prophet. 2 months into the sermon, baby girl realized that trading her soul for the world meant zero profit. By the third month, she had her life surrendered to the man who bled for her sins. She still had her hijab on though, for fear of her cousins. Cutie knew pretty well the cost she wouldn't be able to pay if her parents became aware. For 2 years, she managed to keep her faith to herself. For 3, I managed to keep all my feelings to myself. With her hijab always on, her parents had no clue. With my mouth shut, how could she believe her being someone I liked was true? She had to pretend she never knew Christ as her personal Lord and Savior. I had to pretend I never knew her. From afar, I saw my Christian sisters walk her through the basics. From a distance, I watched my brothers mentor and teach her the Christian battle tactics. Time has proved baby girl is really a fast learner. Over the few years, I've seen her master the basics like a pro. Knowing what she had believed was real, she wasn't ready to let it go. That's exactly why she managed to man up and told her parents about her new faith. During her second year's holiday, she confessed she believed in the resurrection too, not just his death. It wasn't easy for the first few months. They couldn't embrace the fact that she had left. Neither could they comprehend how keeping it all to herself for so long she had managed. Yet eventually, her prayers got answered. They let her stick to what she had believed. Mphaka Jenda, trust me, this phrase has never left my mind. But you gotta believe me, talking of the ladies from within the boundary, yeah, I've tried a couple. I know you have your own varied reasons, but none has given me any to believe we could someday become a couple. Pleasing you would have been the only reason I saw myself tying a knot with them. I guess it's really hard to be all things to all people. Mphaka Jenda, trust me, I still had that phrase on my mind each time I thought of asking her out. I knew my love for her spelled trouble. I couldn't hold myself any longer during my third year though, honestly. A couple of prayer sessions had me convinced she wasn't an alternative, nor was she power hungry. Her desire for God was just amazing. Her dedication and honesty at it, very rare. Though not having any positions in church, you could tell baby girl was more than just a member. I had to tell her how cute she looked in her hijab. Her modesty was simply mind-blowing. That's all I can remember. Remember the time you sat me down on a sunny Sunday afternoon, talking about all the ladies we had seen in church that morning just before noon, telling me how you didn't like how they had dressed to church, warning me never to simply fall for either bare chests or tight thighs, especially now that we're living in the end time, but rather to go for character because though invisible, it lasts a lifetime. I've fallen for her because I know her intangibles are what are more valuable. If she were a northerner, bills on me, I'm sure the bride price would fetch a handsome goodwill. Believe me, this fact is arguable. She's unlike the rest, whose fixed assets make a lot of noise. Their balance sheets, decorated with huge figures, and aware of their large depreciation rates. You're right, though going for them right now would fetch me a gain on these back-end patches. In the long run, I'll be the one to lose out, drowning in my regrets. My love for how she looks covered head to toe is the reason she still walks around in her hijab sometimes. Time has me convinced the Almighty made us for each other. She's the reason I've been single for donkey's years. I really wished I brought her home with me. Unfortunately, she's decided to stay behind for one more year. Baby girl has always dreamt of being called Galanta before leaving the mighty Wadia. Her graduation is therefore scheduled a year after mine. Of course, God willing, soon she'll be your in-law. I know you've been saving money for Lobola. I ain't ignorant of your cattle farm. I'm simply trusting the Almighty's direction though, something you've told me to always do, fam. Time has me convinced she's the girl I've always believed God for, the one I've been praying for. I know she doesn't tick any of your right boxes, but trust me, she does mine, something I just can't ignore. She ain't one of us, no need for Lobola. Worse still, she's new to the faith, been a Muslim most of her life. But I really like her, so I told her I'ma marry her someday. I'm sorry, but I had to.